Hi there, I am Stacy Phillips, and I am so excited to kick off season 1 of my podcast, Stacy Phillips and Friends, or as we like to say, keeping it real with non-housewives. No slight to real housewives. We really love you. Everybody needs a housewife in their life. Each week, we will step into my wardrobe, literally one of my closets, where one of my nearest and dearest friends and confidants will fill this chair next to me as my co-host to chat a little bit about life and a lot about women empowering women. Together, we will have a gap session with just us gal pals, a deep dive for the dish, a convo among co-eds, and then our big feature presentation, the special guest interview, or what I call the SGI. But first, move over, Andy Cohen, with your mazel of the day, because at Stacy Phillips and Friends, we will bump it up a notch or 3 as we kibitz, Kvetch, and Kvel, the best 5 minutes of commenting, complaining, and crowing. And because I am a divorce attorney, my producer, George, will drop in to spend a few minutes of each show talking about a high-profile relationship in the news. So welcome to Stacy Phillips and Friends. Let's keep it real. Hi again, I'm Stacy, and welcome to Stacy Phillips and Friends, or as we like to say, keeping it real with non-housewives. My co-host today is one of my dear, dear, dear bestie friends, Monet Berger. Monet, say hi.
Hi, guys and gals. Nice to meet you.
What can I say about Monet? You can see she's beautiful on the outside, but she's even more beautiful on the inside. She's a realtor to the stars in Beverly Hills. She knows real estate, which will be very interesting today, and lifestyle's better than anyone. Monet also knows about relationships. I mean, she's sitting next to me. She's one of my besties. Hello. So welcome to my closet, Monet.
Happy to be here.
You know, back in the day, a few of my besties and I had this idea that when we needed to have a real serious conversation, we came to my closet for privacy. Literally. It sort of became a thing. Okay, you want to go to the closet? We need to have a conversation. But no matter how serious we got, someone would always single out some of my fashion choices, just lifting it off and saying, "Can I borrow?" Okay, so let's talk about a few fashion choices today. Here we have a few Chanel jackets. Yellow and pink and white, I love. And of course, my plug for Audrey McLaughlin in Frank and Eileen. My sweats from her here, my pants from her there. And yes, I have another closet. I have her shirts and her sweaters. By Frank and Eileen. I'm a big plug for those in gal power. Love her. Hey, Monet, what's some of your favorite designers?
How much time do we have? There's so many. I really like to mix it up. I like to do Dior with Zara. You know, I really think that kind of brings out your style when you can go high and low and mix it all together. And lately I've been very into accessories. And so that's been making things
like your
very
ring.
Fun. Yeah, I love a fun ring or a pin or a brooch. So it's for me, it's important to always mix up Prada with something low end, you know, kind of have fun with it. It should be fun.
I agree. Fast fashion and high end are a great mix.
Yeah. I agree.
Sorry, Mr. Dior, but it works.
We're still big fans.
Exactly. Okay, so that's my producers telling me it's time to get going on Kibitz, Kvetch, and Kvel. Okay, so let me explain. Kibitz is sort of to chatter, to gossip. I don't like gossiping, but it's sort of what it is. Kvetching is to complain. So prefer not to do that, but you know, I'm Jewish. We're known for doing that.
It happened.
Yeah. And kvelling, as my dad would say, is busting your buttons. And that's the beauty. I love kvelling. When I'm proud of something, like proud of you being here.
Thank you.
I'm busting my buttons. Okay. So Monet, here's your chance. What do you want to kibitz about?
What do I want to kibitz about? Well, first of all, I'm so happy to be here sitting next to you because I feel like we're both so busy and this is quality girl time to spend together and kind of chit chat. So for me,
before you get on a plane in just a couple hours, God bless her.
Yeah, I'm going to France tonight for 10 days, and it will be the longest time I have spent with my boyfriend ever in my entire life.
He's a really good guy. Go, Jeremy.
So we've been dating for almost 4 years, and we have never even spent a week together. I'm very independent, so this is going to be a very eye-opening experience.
I'm going to watch. Okay. And what's your kvetch or your gripe for the day?
This is going to be a little embarrassing, but it was walking up your stairs today to get into your closet, carrying my stuff because I was totally out of breath. And I was thinking, this cannot be what's happening to me right now.
I cannot be. The stairs are not
out of breath for walking up the stairs because I had to cancel my Pilates class 3 times this week because I was so busy with work. So I was
go,
like,
girl.
that was a bad sign that I need to not do that anymore.
Okay, and what do you want to Kvel about?
Well, I have an escrow closing today, probably while we're having this interview, and I haven't had another one open this morning.
That's fabulous.
So it was a great day for that.
So how many years have you been busting your butt as a real estate broker? I know I was there in the beginning.
You certainly were, and you were a very big support system for me, and I really appreciate that. And I think that's so important for girlfriends to support each other. That's key. And I've been doing this for 8 years.
Has it been that long?
In some ways, it feels like 1 year, and in some ways, it feels like 20 years, because during COVID, I was working every day. I mean, I was selling houses that I never even saw. So it really accelerated the time, and I love it so much.
Okay, that's Georgie telling me that it's time for our special guest interview, SGI. Frankly, it's my favorite part of the show. So this week, I am so excited to spend some time with Gina Kirschenheiter. What a beautiful woman.
Hi. Oh, thank you. And you said my last name really well. Most people botch that. So thank you for that.
So Gina is a current real housewife of Orange County, a breakout star by all accounts, and I can see why. She has also reinvented herself in several ways, launching a skincare line, CaraGala.
Yes, CaraGala. I say CaraGala, but you can call it whatever you want, Stacy.
I like that. And you and I are both from the same state. I'm from Manhattan. You're from Long Island. Or as I say, Long Island.
You're my people. Yes, you're my people.
Yep. And you moved to the OC around a decade ago. I moved here in LA in 1983 after I graduated from law school. Were you even born in 1983? I don't think so.
84.
And also, I know we have the same birthday, not the same year, but I'm also March 11th.
We do?
You're my Pisces sister.
Oh no, I'm May 11th.
May 11th. I thought it was March 11th. Okay, well, no.
Okay, but we're still
11th. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So, as a divorce lawyer, I actually focus on this. Sadly, your first marriage and divorce was displayed all over TV, but you rebounded, and now you have from what I understand, a model blended family. I'm going to date myself, Brady Bunch. I don't know your generation what you would say. And
we get Brady Bunch. Yeah, we're very much a Brady Bunch. Yes.
And I could start singing, but I won't. And you have your real estate license, and you're a working realtor with multi-million-dollar listings, as is my bestie here, Monet. You're down there. She's up here.
Yes.
Cover the state.
I love it.
I know. We got it covered. We're keeping it. We're holding it down. I'm trying to hold it down here in Orange County for you.
I'm very excited to hear about that as well.
So one of my most intimate and important topics in my life, not for me, wasn't my experience, but I was married to an alcoholic. And I know that you have struggled with alcohol and you've been sober. And I understand that. And I just want to applaud you till the cows come home. So we need more female role models like you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it is. It's honestly, it was like one of the best decisions I've made for myself in my entire life. I don't regret it. I don't identify as an alcoholic. Like, I have a true belief. I respect it because it is a disease. And I do believe that there are people who identify as alcoholics. It really is a struggle every single day. And for me, it was more like I was using that to numb some of the trauma and the pain that I have been through. And it was a problem for sure that I identified and kicked out of my life. But it's not difficult anymore for me. So I'm just like careful about how I identify, because I have a lot of respect for people who every single day get up and it's really hard for them to not have a drink. And that's the decision that they make. I feel like those people should be respected and applauded. And, I'm not trying to present as something that I'm not, but it was definitely an issue for me. And it's definitely is so much better now that I don't drink anymore.
Well, and you're very lucky that you are not at that extreme, but that's why AA says it's one day at a time. And for some people, as you've highlighted, it truly is one day at a time. But stay away from it. If it's not healthy for you, stay away from it.
Yeah, I will never drink again. I know that.
So did I miss anything in your intro that you want to focus on or talk about?
Well, I think it's very interesting because I know you are a family law lawyer. I'm a huge proponent, co-parenting advocate.
I agree.
So I love that area and that lane, and I really try to promote that. Like,
I fight about it in court, and I'm very protective of children. I will not take a case where I don't agree with my client's position on custody because I will not do that to children. But from in my own personal life, and I'll say this to anybody who will listen, I love my ex-husband, the father of my kids, not the alcoholic, and I love his wife, and I am grateful to both of them. So you moved from New York as I did, as we discussed. Why did you move to California? What brought you out here?
Well, we originally came out for my ex-husband's job. He actually worked for PIMCO, and their headquarters is in Newport Beach. So we took a chance and we came out here, for his career. But I mean, I can't say that I regret any of it because I honestly had never even, I'm pretty well traveled, but I had never actually been to California before I moved here. So it was a very big change, but I feel like it's a change and it's change in a good direction.
When you moved out here, did you think or hope that you would get into the entertainment biz?
Oh, literally not at all. Like that was not, I moved pregnant with my third child. I drove a minivan. Like I was a very normal, real housewife, actual housewife.
A soccer mom.
And I also, yeah, I was at that time. Yes. And I mean, I've always worked. I worked up until my water broke with my second child. And then it was, it's same as all women. The cost of childcare exceeds what's your income. I was in academia, so it just doesn't pay. And I made the decision to stay home with my kids. And when I came here, this just all kind of happened to me. I knew nothing about this world. And my friend told me, "Oh, I'm auditioning for Housewives." And I was like, "What's an audition? Like, what even does that entail?" And then I was like helping her do it. And the only thing I knew about the show, because I watched the show, was you need a background. So I like help her set up her background and pick out a sequin dress. And I was like, "Wait, you've got this." And then she had an application she had to fill out, and they had a spot that was like, "You know anybody else interested?" And they called me. And like 2 months later, I was on the show.
Wow. Well, it was meant to be. I call that a God wink. It was really meant to be.
Yeah.
And as we say in Yiddish, beschert. And you're also a realtor, which is what Monet is, and you're in your skincare business. Before you talk about real estate, because I know you're going to gap together, tell us about CaraGala and how the name came about.
I actually had really bad skin struggles myself. And it's something that I feel like as women, it's one of those things that, you can change the way you dress, you can cover up more or wear things more flattering, but you can't really do that much about your face, and it would affect my confidence. And COVID hit and I needed to do something and focus on something. And so I just put all of my passion and energy into creating this skincare line. It's full of active, amazing ingredients. And I like literally reversed all of my skincare issues. And I'm not good at like maintenance, and I don't have time. I have a lot of kids. I'm busy. I can't be going in for like lasers and facials and all that stuff, have downtime. So I literally just needed products that I could use at home that worked. And so I found the best products available. I created this amazing line. CaraGala, the name, was born because of Cara oranges, and Gala is a type of apple. And so for me, it represents Orange County and the Big Apple for New York. And it's like half of my heart put together. So it is truly, it really is me in there, and it means a lot to me, and it works.
Well, we were just commenting a few minutes ago that your skin is just gorgeous. We would never know.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
And Monet said, her skin climb, like, hello.
Of course it's beautiful. She's using her own skincare.
Yeah.
Thank you. I am. Yes. Yes. It helps having a lot of it around. I won't lie, but yes.
Lots of experimentation.
So
yes.
Talk about selling houses. And your effect on COVID on selling houses.
Selling houses.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm only, I am still a new realtor. So I have a lot of respect for all of the other realtors out there. Honestly, new ones, small ones, big dogs, hat dogs, all of them, because it's an incredibly hard job. And it doesn't get the respect that I think it
What do
should,
you
because it is really difficult.
what have you found is your largest challenge as a new agent?
Getting business, just like everybody else, getting clients. Even honestly, I have this platform and that is wonderful and it's an amazing tool. But just because you have a platform, that does not mean that every person is going to be like, oh, let me entrust you with my biggest and most important asset that I have. So
Right.
just like everybody else, I have to go out there and I have to earn my business. I have to show up to things. I have to be present. I've joined so many clubs, stuff like that. It's networking and everything you can do. And like, honestly, my heart and my passion is really just to sell my own community. And that is what I have found is honestly the most rewarding to me. So I'm trying to kind of build my little farm in my own community. I was fortunate enough to get like a higher end listing that I have right now. And that's amazing too. But I just really, honestly, first time home buyers are like my jam. Like
It's
the
rewarding.
way that these people appreciate you, and it's so difficult. They're the most problematic, deals, but they're so rewarding. And like when you help somebody to get into something that they feel is their forever home, or even if it's just their starter home, but they own it, that is like very powerful. And it's really cool to be able to give somebody that or help them get there.
I remember how grateful I was to the broker who sold us our first home. I have lived in this home I am in now for over 30 years. And I remember that broker, and I love my home, and I don't want to leave for a long time.
That's a good recommendation,
Yeah.
actually.
So did you have the same experience, Monet, as a
I
newbie?
I was kind of bi-coastal between LA and New York and settled in LA because in New York, you can't work in the summer because everyone goes to the Hamptons. So you can't get any work done. So you kind of have to take 3 months off, which I didn't think was very practical. So I came to LA and it took me, at least 2.5 years for people to gain the trust to see you're transacting. And you have to be present all the time. And again, the first time home buyers are amazing because they will be with you for a very long time. And I had a lot of friends and now I'm helping their kids. So I'm totally referral based and it takes a solid 2 years, I feel like, before you can jump over that next kind of hurdle. And it's very smart to be doing it in your community. I think that's very important because you are so active in your community and people know you. That's like the number one thing I would say would be
And I
smart.
really love where I live,
Yeah.
so it's easy for me to be like, it's like I believe in it. So it's an easy thing. I don't feel like I'm selling it. I feel like I'm giving them a gift. It's like, come live here. It's amazing.
Do you have inventory problems in your neighborhood? Are there a lot of homes for sale? Because we have very low inventory here. Same.
We do too. Yeah. No, it's tough. I mean, you know what the difference is? I think for someone like you, Monet, obviously this time of, in the economy in general, I'm sure everybody is feeling it because it's a pain point right now. But for me, I started in this pain point. So
Yeah.
this is all I know.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe when we get through this, then I'm gonna be like, oh, this is so much better. But like for right now, this is all I know. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a crazy time. And now we're gonna come up to an election and that just always affects everything. So I anticipate it's going to be a rocky road, but like honestly, everything I've always done in life has never been easy. And somehow I just, you got to forge on. So I'm in it and I'm loving it and I'm trying to, keep going and keep going. What was really hard also was you cannot ever stop marketing.
Right.
And when I was filming for the show, it was so difficult. And I partner with Travis, who is my life partner. And he was picking up the slack with the kids and he also has a full-time job. So
Wow.
that became really hard to keep our pipeline going. And so then when I came out of that, I was like, oh, now I have a lull. And then you got to keep going and push through that. It's really difficult.
So you're juggling your family, your relationship with Travis, the show, your skincare line, and real estate. That's a lot to juggle.
Yes.
And Do you have any
It is a lot
secrets?
to juggle. Yeah.
So pat yourself on the
You know
shoulder.
what I do? I always say, because it's the same for every woman. Some of my things are maybe a little more, sparkly, but at the end of the day, we all have the same issue, which is we're strong, working mothers. There's so many balls that you have to keep up in the air. And I always just say, don't worry about keeping them up. Just know what you're going to do when you drop one, because you're going to drop one. And it's not about keeping them in the air. It's about how fast you could pick them up when one falls down.
That's very good
Yeah,
advice.
good advice.
I wish I knew that when I was raising kids. And my kids are great, but they are a lot older. How old are your kids now?
So right now they are 8, 10, and just about 12.
Wow.
Wow.
That's your
Yeah.
workout every day.
It is, yes. And then I have 3 stepkids who are the same age. So it's definitely, I need an Alice. I always say that. It's a Brady Bunch, but I don't have an Alice.
And you need the bus to transport everyone around too.
And the bus.
And the stairs
I need
for
a
everybody
groovy
to
bus.
stand up in age order.
Yeah.
So with your skincare line and your real estate and your family, what other passions that you have that we might be surprised about?
Oh my gosh, in all my spare time, my passions. I have 2 dogs. I love my dogs. I love being outside, but like in a controlled setting. I'm not like an outdoorsy girl. But I just love being at the beach and doing all the things that the stuff do. I love getting involved in my kids and whatever they're doing at school and whatever. Really, my children are my life, everything I do is just so that I can get back to spending time with my family, So that's really that's my hobby.
How did the show affect that, your family, if at all? I expect it did.
You know what? I actually think, I know that this is a touchy topic for some people. I actually feel like the show has helped me as a person enormously. I think it helped me to be accountable for some of my actions. I think it's been very cathartic for me. I think I didn't even realize that I was this person, this New Yorker who was like, I can handle everything, stuff it down, I've got this. And what I found is if I'm put in a chair and I'm asked a question directly, I'll respond to it. And having to go through what I went through my divorce, but being able to have a chair and a point of view and somebody asking me questions and to be able to get that all out, I think has just made me be able to release a lot of stuff. And that's made me a better person. And that all sprinkles down onto my family. So I am very grateful for it and I don't regret it.
Well, God bless, because divorce is really hard. And if you had an opportunity to be cathartic and not have that in the courtroom or on the nightly news, kudos to you. So
I mean, my ex has handled it very well too. He's taken responsibility for, anything that he has done incorrectly, and we work as a team. So it's probably best case scenario for somebody on or off a TV show.
Good role model. And role model
Thank
with
you.
your ex and with your blended family, because that's not easy. And our job is to raise good kids. Yes, no, I know that.
Yes.
I had that too. Okay, so you've got a divorce attorney here and a more senior real estate broker here. What questions would you want to ask us? Come at us.
Oh my gosh, I have so many off the record questions for you, Stacy. It's not even funny, but
Give me a call.
I don't know. I'm always curious to know, like maybe. Well, I will. Yes, I'm definitely going to save your contact for sure. You can always use a good attorney, right? But yeah, and then Monet, I'm always curious just to know like what advice you would give me, if any, about just like things that I could be doing still as a newer agent. Just in general. And like, I'm just a sponge. Like, I'm very much like any information you want to give me, I'm happy to have it.
Well, first of all, we're going to be referral partners. So you've got that in your pocket already.
Love that.
And I think you're incredibly trustworthy. So I think that's the number one thing when people are in a transaction. They want to have that level of trust. And I think you kind of exude that. So you're already ahead of the game, I think, in that respect. And it's just really staying in communication, I think, with your clients. I always ask when I take over a listing from an agent with the seller, and I ask them, what didn't you like about your previous agent? And they always say poor communication. So the number one thing I think that you are very good at is communication. And I think that's like the number one priority, because most agents drop the ball there every time. So staying in communication, I think, is the key.
So let me add to that, because I'll tell you what I observe with Monet and why she's really good at what she does. First of all, she's authentic. You're authentic. She understands the importance and the beauty of marketing, but that means you need to have a team behind you to do that in a way that feels authentic to you, whether it's a podcast, as you said, or whether it's a newsletter or a email stream. She does interviews. It's just really cool. In addition to be personal, like she really cares, and that comes across, and she's on it. And that goes back to communication. You have to be on it. You need to follow up. You need to make sure that you are paying attention.
Because they don't understand what we know. You know, we assume that they know everything, and it's such a complicated transaction and disclosures. And it's just comforting to be able to explain that and hold someone's hand and really provide that white glove service to them, so they feel so taken care of, especially now with the NAR lawsuit, and we're going to have to be defending our commission all the time. It's very important to show your value and be able to have those difficult conversations so that they feel comfortable.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they want a response. They want to know what's going on. It's a very nerve-wracking time for them. So I definitely, I understand that's why also I'm very careful to not take on too much, because I know that I have to give each client this certain level of attention. So, I don't want to overload myself too much. What is your take with the new decisions that have been made and how, like, the changes that are going to be implemented in July? Like, I'm curious to know, and because I kind of feel like it's really going to affect first-time home buyers to make it so hard for them to, have to put up this extra money.
In a way, yes. There's ultimately 4 things that will happen, and having those conversations is important with sellers. So it's actually going to be a benefit, I think, for everyone in the industry, because now buyers are going to have to sign contracts with us. And we'll only be representing serious people. And whether it's for one property or for a week or for a month, that's open-ended. So a buyer can sign it for just seeing 3 properties with you. So that's great for you, because it will protect you also when you're representing a buyer. And commissions have always been negotiable. So that really hasn't changed either. So it's really the agents that can show their worth that will be getting what they're due. And sellers who want to sell their house will want to offer a buyer commission, because they want the exposure. So I think if they don't offer that, then the buyers will be writing it into their offers, saying, this is my offer of $5 million and my buyer commission is XYZ for the agent. So I think there's a couple of different ways it'll go, but it's going to settle out. And it's August 17th is the new day. So that's when the MLS will kind of be changing. And it's great to have these conversations and practice before, so that you're ready when it comes up.
Yeah.
And if you need advice,
yeah,
you can call her offline. You can call me offline.
Yeah, I'm so comfortable having those difficult conversations. I would love to help you.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Of course.
So I'm asking this of all of our guests. If you were not, most people don't have 2 careers at the same time, a real estate broker and a skincare company owner, creator, what would you do?
What would I do?
Yeah.
You know what, Stacy, I have to admit, I feel like in this day and age, having a legal degree is a very smart choice. So,
although doing what I do for a living is really hard. It's really hard.
Yes, I know. Yes.
Talk about difficult conversations.
It's perfect time. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have to, have very difficult conversations with clients, and they don't want to hear sometimes what I have to say. But as long as you're authentic about it, and that's what Monet is telling you about how to deal with this new law is to have those authentic conversations, and you have to have it, otherwise you're going to be in the hot seat.
Yep.
But it's learning how to have that conversation in a way that's straightforward, direct, and authentic. And if you need help with that, ask my bud here.
I got your back, sister.
I appreciate you both. Thank you. Yeah.
So stay tuned. You'll be getting an invitation to my home, and she will be here. So I'm hearing the ding, 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 and our time is up for today. So thank you, Gina, and my wonderful bestie, Monet Berger, SoCal Realtors, both of you.
Love it.
LA, Beverly
so
Hills,
fun,
OC, and hopefully I've made a match here. Yep, we've got it covered.
For sure. Yes. And you know what, Stacy, you should have on my castmate, my bestie, Emily, because she's an attorney.
Oh, cool.
You'll love her.
Okay, well, Georgie will follow up with her.
I'll get you guys connected.
Okay,
yes.
That would be terrific. So a special thank you to all of you for spending some of your precious time with us at Stacy Phillips and Friends. You can watch us on my YouTube channel at Stacy Phillips, or download the show on any channel you watch your podcast. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Stacy D. Phillips for Esquire, or connect on LinkedIn. See you again soon, and remember, love will always be in fashion. Yes, spoken by a divorce lawyer.
Chef's kiss.